What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be playing my most recent map called Paradise City. This map is currently only available for PC, though this map actually is within budget for console compatibility. So hopefully some of the people in the editing community will port it over for me. But yeah, this is Paradise City. It's an open world map. And I'm gonna do a full playthrough of it right now. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. Originally, this map was called Welcome to Paradise City, which was supposed to be a sequel to my Welcome to Canton City map. But this map, the layout wasn't very original, and you'll probably recognize the layout of the map. But because it wasn't original, it wasn't 100%. You know, the layout wasn't 100% from my brain like Canton City was. I just didn't want to make it part of Welcome to Canton City, so it's just kind of its own little thing here. Alright, so we have 4 different classes: Explorer, Drive-Bys, Quiet One, and Mayhem. I always like doing the class that has really nothing in it, because it motivates me to explore the map a little bit more than if I had a class that had a bunch of weapons in it. Alright, so we start in this garage, and come out here. Now this is version 4. I actually had to make some changes. I had to change when the objective markers would show up, because I was trying to get players to go to the weapons or the gun shop first to get guns, because I'm always used to picking the class that doesn't have anything in it. That I didn't realize that players that choose the loadouts that have guns would just drive around the city, and objective markers for where the locations of enemies were would not show up. So I had to redo when the objective markers would show up. So we got the gun store here. I'm gonna get the Scorpion, probably the AK, bunch of ammo. Gotta have the sniper. There's 2 gun shops in this map. The gun shop over here, you don't get really the best weapons. The gun shop across the water, the other side of the city, you do get better weapons. Alright, so the streets are very narrow. That's probably my biggest dislike about this map, is how narrow the streets are. And I think I made the water area a little too wide. I should have closed it off, but I wanted to have that feeling that the 2 main parts of the city were far apart from each other. Alright, I've been spotted because I'm talking and rambling here. Alright, let's do this. That's right, 2 for 1, baby. Ah! Oh. I gotta resort to the Scorpion. Alright. But this map has a day and night cycle. It does have thunderstorms that do come in occasionally. I had to fix that too. That was messing up in the earlier versions. So there's 4 locations around the map where you have to find a group of bad guys and kill them. And take them out. I really should have made this game mode bounty hunt. I think it would have worked a lot better. It would have saved me on scripting for sure. And the extraction zone, while you don't know where the extraction zone is, you can still freely, you know, go to it. Oh, I thought I had a bat. Whatever. Nope. Gotta take out the shotgunner first. What? I didn't kill him? Alright. Oh. Alright. Oh, he had an aluminum bat. Give me that. Alright. Originally, in the earlier versions, there was 6 locations. Each location had 3 to 4 AI characters. And, so yeah, that didn't end up, working out too well. So I made it to, I kind of condensed the groups down. So that way it, you know, it feels like there's multiple AI characters. There's more AI characters to face instead of just 4 or 3. But also, because you're killing more AI in one setting, you're gonna unlock the spawners. And that's where these guys are coming from. They're spawning via spawners. And it just adds a little more gameplay to the map. So you're walking around, depending on where you are, you know, you're gonna have AI characters just spawning in. Now, you fight them enough, sometimes they'll just constantly keep coming at you. But if you kill them quick enough, you can then kind of lose them. And they won't be on high alert no more. I also had to re-regulate the spawning for the spawners. All right, I guess we'll head across the water. Oh no, actually there is a game, mini game over here that you can do. This is called Parkour. Best time. This is my best time. So all you got to do, just walk in it. There's a line that spawns here. So as soon as you move is basically when the time starts. We're gonna start there, and then we just got to find our way to get to that objective marker. Let's go. There's a bad guy over there. You can ignore them. They're not gonna really do anything. Got the airport over there. I'm always shoehorning in airports in open world maps. It's like the last thing I remember to put into a city map is an airport. But airports take up so much land. So I would rather utilize that space for, you know, different variety of locations than just an airport. And I didn't mean to shoot my gun. So yeah, I'm doing this pretty quick. Ideally, you know, you're not timed or anything. But once you do learn the layout, if you would like to try to beat my best time, you can do it. And I'll be honest, the best time's not really the best time. You know, I kind of slack a little bit just to not make it too difficult to beat, but so yeah, you get here and a weapon spawns in. It is an alien weapon. I'm not going to use that, but you can definitely use it if you'd like. I was going to do a jump takedown on that guy, but my luck is the game won't register that, and I'm going to die. So let's not do that. All right. A couple bad guys spawn in. Take them out. I ended up adding rocket launcher guys that spawn on the sidewalk because there is a helicopter that you can fly. And I just felt like the helicopter didn't really have much of a challenge, you know. So at least if you're in a helicopter and you're flying around, you are, you know, gonna experience some RPG guys trying to fire at you. So not only do these guys add a little more action to the map, but they also help somewhat keep the city more alive and just makes it look like pedestrians are walking down a sidewalk, though the radius for when they unspawn is so small, and I wish we can control that. I really do. I do like the sunset, and it changes so quickly. With Steve's editor mod, I can actually make it longer. But because I wanted this map to be portable to consoles, I didn't want to jump over the 60-second mark in case that would mess up the porting process. So I just killed that guy. But what we're going to do is we're going to do this game mode over here. Or this mini game, not game mode. Whoa! Easy there. So not only are there weapons at the gun shops, but there's also some special weapons hidden around the map. And then you've got the really special weapons that you get when you do the mini games. And you don't have to kill everybody. You know, you can just ignore them. They'll unspawn, so it's not going to mess up anything. All right. So this is kind of a wingsuit challenge here. You've got to fly through the rings, all 3 rings. It'll take you to the beach. Let's go. That's 1. Gives you a good look at the city too. Now it is set to where you have to go through all 3 rings in order to unlock the weapon. Oh god, don't die. Came down a little too fast. But you can always repeat the mini games too. So, except for the four-wheeling mini game, because to set that up required way too many. Way too much scripting, and so. But I'll show you guys how that runs. So here is the gun shop here, and there's slightly better weapons that you can pick. We'll run with the M16 and probably the spas for the shotgun. Just a guy walking down. All right. Then we've got basically like South Beach here. It's not as lit up or as lively as I would have liked to have made it. Coming up towards the maximum on objects on the budget, you know, I try to add some neon signs and things like that. But you can only really do so much. Oh no, I forgot to add a balcony right there. You just got a door. That's leads to nowhere. Leads to death or a broken ankle. Alright, let's get going. We've got 2 objective markers left. We have a lighthouse over there. And if you watch the lighthouse, it dims. I'm using the satellite... Oh, shoot. I'm using the satellite object, the dish that spins around. You can kind of see it right there. There's a guy behind me. Your drugs are no more. Burn the drugs. You don't have to do that. Alright, now it's raining. Thunderstorms coming in. Nope. There's a couple of ammo spots around the map. But if you do need ammunition, going to the gun shop will be more ideal. So that's pretty much what we just keep doing. I mean, you can keep shooting bad guys that spawn around. Sometimes they'll spawn literally right behind you or in front of you, depending on where you are. But as of right now in this playthrough, they're spawning well. It's just really hard to nail it. Ideally, you would say, well, hide them behind stuff, right? But then you think about, well, what if the player's hiding behind those objects for cover? So you can't really do that. But also, for the sake of just driving your car down the road, I wanted AI to spawn right on the sidewalk, so it would look like there's people on the sidewalk as you're driving along. So that's why I kind of left them somewhat out in the open on the sidewalks. There's a couple ramps that you can do as well. Nothing crazy. Gotta have some sort of ramp or jump for your vehicles in an open world map. Some vehicles do respawn as well. Alright, can't reach him. Oh, he's gone. Alright. So we defeated all the gang locations. Unfortunately, there are no missions like Canton City. Now this is the mall. At some point, I was really thinking about adding interiors to this, and then adding a spawner where security guards would show up if you happen to shoot your gun, you know, and then you can have a shootout in the mall. There's a couple areas around the map where you can have shootouts. And if you're up here, sometimes there'll be bad guys that spawn. You can kind of snipe them. And here's a guy. And here it is. 3 laps, best time. So basically, once you get in position, you know, then you start going is when you can start counting the time if you have a stopwatch. But yeah, 3 laps. I'm not timing anything right now. I'm probably just going to do 1 lap just to show you guys what the track looks like or how it's played. Very small track. Nope. Went a little overboard there. But another 4-wheeler will spawn in, so if you're playing with a co-op buddy, you can race each other. You can race each other around the city. I'd probably say a co-op buddy would be a little funner, maybe. See, that guy kind of spawned behind me. But okay. I have a feeling oh, never mind. I thought the day and night cycle got messed up. There is an AI character under the map that controls the day and night cycle. They spawn in repeatedly. And after a certain period of time, there's a barrier that blocks their path. And then when the barrier unspawns, they walk into a fire pit, but at the same time, they're pushing the sphere that's there into the fire pit, which will change the time of day. And there's multiple spheres that'll roll down towards the fire pit, but not completely. It gets blocked off by the same barrier. The barrier that I'm using to hold the sphere and the AI in place is the religious flag, which is completely solid, and you can spawn it in with a lifetime. So here's the club. Since it's nighttime, I guess we should check out the Dancing Palm Club. Now you can go in here and walk around. Everything's good. Now you will hear characters, but they're basically security guards, kind of. You can see one up there, but they don't ever come down here unless you get caught or unless you shoot your gun, and then they're on the alert. I lied. I'm sorry. He's not supposed to come down here. There's actually an animation point where he's supposed to stay. I don't know why he's walking out, but he didn't see me. But I guess you can kind of say, well, you've got your gun out, so, you know, security's on you. But yeah, this is the club. Unfortunately, there's no music. There's a couple of objects in Steve's mod where you you can, you know, have some type of music. I put one type of soundtrack in the club in Canton City. But yeah, this is kind of like a restricted area type thing. Then there's an office up here. And then there's a sniper rifle as well. There's ammunition. So you can have a shootout here if you'd like. It's entirely up to you. You can go on the roof. Bad guys spawn up here though. But yeah, so once you start shooting, then or you get caught, then you start having AI characters spawning in, and they'll start breaching the club. And they keep spawning in. It's completely unlimited to how they spawn in. So you're gonna always have these security guards coming at you. That's right. Push that mic off the stage. Drop the mic. All right. And you can still kind of fight them out here. There is a little zone that pops out, or the control volume does extend out here a little bit. If you happen to be out here fighting them, you get the snipers that show up on the front there, just like that. So it works out well. And this is another location where you can have kind of like a shootout. I would have had more locations, but just because of the budget limitations, I wasn't able to. But once you go in, you start getting tons of bad guys popping out. There's even an RPG that shows up at one point. And you definitely need to watch your back. It's turning daytime now. Yeah, there's a lot of bad guys that show up in here. I was hearing them, I was trying to figure out where they were. There's a couple areas around the map too where you've got roof access. So you, in a way, you can kind of have a shootout with some of the characters that spawn. The only problem is if you kill them quick enough, the new wave of bad guys that spawn on the sidewalks go back to being not on the alert. But if it takes you a while to kill them, then you'll end up having a somewhat of a smooth firefight where it seems like you're constantly having bad guys come at you, but it's not so many that it's overwhelming and annoying. So I was wanting to try to find that balance. All right, let's go to the beach. We need to get some boat gameplay here. There was a spawner on the beach that would spawn in 2 AI characters under this umbrella, and they would start running along the beach, and they would run to the ice cream truck over there. But those spawners take up quite a bit of object space. I think they take up about 20 bits of object space, so I ended up not having it in the map. in the end. So it looks like we have a script that's broken here. There's a jet ski that was supposed to spawn in, but it didn't, which means that script is broken. I would honestly say if you end up playing a custom map, restart the map from the get-go, because that seems to fix any sort of broken scripts. Alright, we're gonna go to the golf course. It's daytime. Let's play some golf. It's not really golf, but it's a game mode, or a mini game. Mini challenge, however you want to call it. All you gotta do is just enter here. And a slingshot will spawn in. Now you can easily cheat this if you want to. But if you want to challenge yourself, feel free. And all you gotta do is just shoot the rocks. And that's what happens. I got that one. Really? I thought I went in. How about that one? No. See, I don't have the dot, so I can't see where it's at. Oh, crap. It's raining. Yeah, I got it. It rolled in. Perfect. Now, these two over here are the hardest ones to deal with. I've been trying to do this for so long, it's now nighttime. Makes it difficult to do. Yes! I saw that one go right to it. Perfect. Now, your turn. That'd be awesome if I got a hole-in-one on that one. I see it land, like, just before the flag, and... Ah! I got it! Yeah! I got it. So then you get a weapon that unlocks, which is this, the Obliterator. You can redo this one. Unfortunately, the fireworks don't pop up when you make the shot, which is unfortunate, because those are on separate scripts, and I can't do a once per trigger at that point. Let's head back over. We have the island here. Some bad guys that spawn in here. I thought about making an enterable mansion, but I knew I needed to be very careful about what I could put into the map. I didn't want to go so high on the budget where I won't have room for anything else. So it was very difficult to try to get everything, get a like nice even spread of detail around the map. And even in some areas are very bare still. And so if I ended up doing the mall and the interior for a mansion, you know, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish it. I made this pool green. It's got some algae in it. Alright. Now right here, there are bad guys that show up. I missed. Alright. Looks like the rain has stopped, and we should be getting to daytime again. I think it's set to every 5 minutes is when the time of day changes. Now I will say to play, depending on how you play the map, if you end up going to locations where a lot of AI characters are going to be spawning in when there's still objective markers, where the Wave 1 characters are, the game sometimes will unspawn the day and night cycle AI character, and then it doesn't change, unfortunately. I did make a backup plan for that, so hopefully having those two together will help out. Not allow the map to break completely. Since the jet ski's not in the map, use the boat. There's a weapon in there. I think it's a silenced SPAS 12. But at the end, I'm happy with how wide the water is. But I sometimes do wish I maybe had a little more terrain than the water. Crud. Really? See, in the editor, I can climb up this, but I can't. Gotta use a boat. Alright. This crane is from Canton City. I copied and pasted it over here. Okay. Gotta have some helicopter gameplay. I really wish there was some type of music we could add in. That's not the Far Cry. Like just regular music, like the soundtrack from the radio stations in the game. So yeah, you can fly around the helicopter. You know, the bad guys on the ground will probably spawn in. Maybe. They may not. But you go over here, you'll get some bad guys that'll spawn in on the roof, on top of the building. Now, once you enter this area, once you enter the junkyard, because this is basically this gang's main hideout, you're gonna have bad guys that show up outside of the walls and try to come in and take you out. Helicopter just makes it a little too easy. Yeah, downtown doesn't really have much going on. I made downtown very, very small. Alright. I think that is it. I think we're done with the map. Just do a fly around. So that's it. That is Paradise City. Let's head to the airport. All right.
Success.
Alright, so that was Paradise City. I hope you all enjoyed this full playthrough, if you've stuck with the video up to this point. As of right now, like I said, the map I don't believe is on console yet. So as soon as I know that it's been ported over to console, I'll let you guys know. I'll put maybe a comment and pin it or something. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one. You all take care now. See you.